Misuse of Drugs Act 1971 covers the whole of the UK, including Scotland, even though Scotland has a separate legal system. The Act controls the non-medical use of certain substances and categorises these into three categories: Class A, B, and C. Over time, these classifications can change, for example, in response to new scientific evidence, and new drugs can also become classified. This Act, along with other pieces of legislation, details offences associated with these controlled drugs, for example, possession and supply. This means that drug use is a criminal justice issue, but it is also a public health issue, and this is the approach taken by the Scottish Government. People who experience substance use challenges often experience very poor physical health, poor mental health, alongside a range of other challenges. And while anyone in the population can experience trauma, we know that people who experience substance use challenges often experience particularly high levels of trauma, and substance use often develops in response to this trauma as a coping mechanism. Scotland has a very high rate of drug-related death, and by that we mean people who die from taking drugs. And this has intensified calls from a range of experts with different types of expertise to treat drug use much more as a public health issue rather than a criminal justice issue. When thinking about this issue, it's important to think about what we see as crime and how this can change over time. For a recap of this, have a look at the learning resource titled "What is Crime?" For example, alcohol is also a drug, but under certain conditions, it's legal. For example, people over the age of 18 can purchase alcohol. Some experts argue that drug use, at least the personal possession of drug use, should be decriminalised. For more information about the relationship between drugs and crime, information about prevalence and nature of drug taking in Scotland, and recent developments in this area, please look at a learning resource titled Drugs. Thanks for listening.